All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 92 of the Progressive Podcast. 91. Sorry,
episode 91.
I'm too excited. Today is our 4th year anniversary, man, and
yes,
yeah, and we're just gonna be doing a bit of reflecting, today, and really we just want to see how, like the journey we've been on, man. It's crazy. But anyways, if you're listening to this, take notes. Dumi and I are in person, however. We still have some things to sort out set-wise.
Yeah.
So you will see us in
due time.
Most probably
due
like
time.
next week or so.
Yeah.
But we're still on the search for a home. And but anyways, just to get this out the way, you can get a Progressive Podcast hoodie at the Progressive Athlete store, which is we'll link it in the bio, and you can visit on it on our website.
Yeah.
Right. If you are out of South Africa, we can have a special delivery arrangement for you. All right, it'll cost more, of course, because you are
outside of the country.
But if you are within South Africa, we can get it to you at the prices stipulated on the website. So, hooray!
Yeah.
But cool. Before we get into this, Dumi, man, how was home, bro?
It was good.
Yeah.
I think. Did I mention? I don't remember if I mentioned in the last episode, but now it was good. It was I think for me the greatest blessing was going to my cousin's 18th birthday party on Saturday. It was I don't know, it was just a very special day, seeing some family members I haven't seen in a while, and it was a very special day, and it was in my heart kind of thing. And other than that, it was good being at home, and now visa's done as well for the rest of my time in university, so that's a very big blessing as well.
Sir?
And I'm ready to go, and we'll see what happens. It's been interesting already here this side, but that's kind of how it's been. It was good. It was very good.
That's real, bro. That's real.
Yeah.
I think on my end, home was amazing. I enjoyed eating nearly everything, and just being away from Johannesburg. The city can be a bit too crazy sometimes, and it's always good to take a break.
Slow down.
Really slow it down, and Swaziland is the best place to do that. Right, it's quiet, tranquil. The weather was good. It's pretty decent as well. So cool. No icebreaker this time, because the only ice we're breaking is the ice in our imaginary drinks as we say cheers and celebrate 4 years of the company, man. I mean,
it's been a minute.
It really has been,
It's been a minute, man.
And I think what we'll do is we'll do some reaction videos, since we celebrating the whole month, of like some of the content. That was posted at the beginning. Oh, good Lord.
Yeah, it's ish.
Man, like there's some videos, bro. Like,
man,
I don't think the word grooming was in my vocabulary.
Yeah, man. It wasn't on the itinerary and that.
None of that, man.
It's crazy that some of this stuff is just up on the page, man.
Bro, it's still there.
Scroll down far enough.
If you scroll down,
if you're brave enough to just go a little further,
hey,
you'll find some gems, guys.
Bro, you could see like I was single, bro.
Someone out there is laughing a little too hard at this right now. But
like I was like single, like I was like single, staying at my mom's house, single. Like that's how bad it was, bro.
Tough, man.
That's how bad it was.
Tough.
But like when I woke up today, the previous day was a bit. I was a bit down and tired, a bit fatigued. But I woke up today rejuvenated, right, and excited, and it was just interesting to just sit back and like a year back it was just yourself, myself, and Refilwe. It's just 3 of us.
Yes.
Yeah.
A year back, I think Eduardo was still on.
Oh
right?
yes,
Yeah,
yes,
Eduardo was
yes,
still
yes.
on
So four.
at that point.
Yes, yeah. There was four. There was four.
Yeah,
Good
so
call.
there
Good
were
call.
four of us. Yeah,
There were
yeah.
four of us. Now there's two more. So now it's a total of six, right?
Not 7. It's 6, right?
It's 6, 7 with Randy. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
yeah, 7 with
Sorry.
Randy. But
Yeah.
so it's just, man, I was going through the videos and I still have the folders, right? And man, I could tell, right? You might not be able to see this, but I know for me, every time I look back
Yeah.
at those documents that I used to send you and like Snare and Blue for you guys to just check it out or whatever.
Yeah.
Man, I did not know where I was going with this thing. Like, I don't want to lie to you. I just knew I had something cool and I had something great, and I just ran with it, bro. Like whatever was working, and I had time on my hands because it was during the pandemic.
The pandemic, yeah.
And I think that was the best time,
yeah,
for this business to start.
Yeah,
was during the pandemic because
like all your time was kind of just focused in on that, and
exactly, like, even the trainings that we're doing. Like all those things I had to learn from scratch.
Yeah, you had to. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I had to learn from scratch through YouTube, and
mad.
And it's just interesting now that we're doing training and I'm just imparting this knowledge on the team so that they can like pretty much like, kind of be empowered to do what they need to do, at the standard that we want to do it. And to be here, we nominated for awards.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Actually, yeah, two
awards,
categories.
Two categories: the service and the other one is health and wellness.
Yeah,
and there were over 3,000 submissions for brands, right, in the first round, all over Africa.
Wow,
and that's crazy. So the fact that we made it to that, that second round, because they're gonna filter. And then the ones that are gonna, the top 64. Then so by the grace of God, man, we here, bro. I don't know, do me, man. Like what was going through your mind when I was sending through those things? Like just like take the listeners through like what it was like on your end receiving this information. Like we just left high school, bro.
Yeah.
No, it's a year after, second year, post matric, and now. This guy's like, he wants to start this thing.
2020,
2020, yeah. This brother never took business in high school. Maybe ran one here and there, with the cool drinks and that.
Oh yes, yeah.
Now he's saying he wants to do this company thing, bro. I mean, I don't know. Tell the people, bro. What were your first impressions?
Yeah, I'm trying to think back, and I don't remember. I don't remember thinking, oh, why are you doing this? I just went along with it. Like I genuinely don't, like, I'm trying to think, do I remember like thinking like, oh, this is just so random or out of the blue? It was more of, maybe what happened was that when you explained the logic to me, it just made sense.
Yeah.
Because I remember you explaining exactly, saying that basically, I'm out of a job right now, and I was coaching and I was doing well, the results speak for themselves. Yeah, I remember your reasoning was twofold, right? One thing was that, okay, the children still need to be able to do exercise on some level. They still need guidance on some level. Yeah. So right now, because it's COVID, the market that's blowing up is the online market. So that was the first reason. The second reason was the pedigree, or not the pedigree, but how can I say, what you've done, like what comes behind you, like at least in your local area at the time, because you were coaching the hockey team. What was under 13 boys
under
13 boys open, and you had done very well. Was it 2 tournaments, or
I think it's 6 in total, because I did under 11 boys, under 11 girls, under 13 boys, under 13 girls, and then I did under 11 cricket and under 13 cricket as well.
So I remember when you gave that reasoning, it kind of just made sense. Like I wasn't really thinking like, oh, this is so random. So that's how we went. That's how it started. And then when you were like, we would send documents, and then I would just read through and like maybe correct spelling mistakes, but more also just correct like structure, as in like this, like you look at it and it's right, but it doesn't sound right. Like English wise, it's right, but it doesn't sound right. So we just change things and and just kind of discuss here and there. I think the first other than that, I think the first moment when that was significant aside from the beginning was in 2021. Yes, when I came to visit you guys here in Joburg in September, and we sat down and we wrote, like you wrote on your notebook a list of things that needed to be done, as well as a list of positions that you may need to fill within the next, I don't remember, maybe 5 years. I don't remember exactly when you said that they would need to be filled, but yeah, it was a list of things that needed to happen, as well as a list of positions that needed to be filled, in terms of like, oh, you need an R&D person, you need a sales person, you need a coach. Okay, you have it. Yeah,
I have it right here.
Mietani found the notebook.
This is crazy.
Yeah. We may have to send these photos out one day, maybe in a documentary or something.
Damn,
who knows?
I don't even have.
Yeah,
I don't even have a date, but I know it was on the day you came, and it was in September.
It was in September of 2021. 100%. That much we know.
So we said, personal trainer, admin, media, sales, marketing, R&D, HR, top management, right? Personal trainer, we don't have that. Admin, we do.
Oh yes,
right.
Shout out Shanice.
Yeah, media, I guess by proxy we do.
Yeah.
Sales, we do. Marketing, we do. And we even have more customer service. So it's crazy how these things work, man. I'm just going through these things.
Did you write podcast here as well? Or you told me that podcast was just something that at the beginning of the business in 2020 that you were like, oh, I need to have a podcast on my,
I think it's
as part of my company. Yeah.
I think it's in one of my journals.
Yeah.
This is 2022, so it's not. It's in one of my personal journals at home.
Oh, okay, yeah. Mietani has 3 journals he's holding right now as he's trying to sift through this information. So it's a lot of things, guys. That's taken place, you know.
Yeah, maybe it could be in here. I'll just have to. You can hear me flipping through the pages, but I'm confident it's the one. It's my personal journal at home. Yeah. Damn, there's about like a lot of schools. Like on this page, there's about 19 schools, 21 schools. None of them responded.
Oh gosh.
And it's crazy because the people who work at these schools, I'd say a good 5 of them have taught me, and they never got back to my emails.
Oh gosh.
Which is quite wild.
Mad.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, man. I don't know. I think for me personally, I was just at a point where like so many things had happened with you that I really just went with it, bro. Like it was almost like the things that happened in high school groomed me.
Yeah.
It's the best way I can put it. It groomed me
for
such a time as you know, as the beginning of the progressive athlete. And so yeah, man, it is just I think that's really the way that I can best sum up. And yeah, it's been a crazy ride since, you know, a lot has happened. You know, I remember you changed the tagline or slogan, whatever you want to call it. You know, from analyze, improve, action to
that was actually very
progression over everything.
That was actually very. You see that change?
Yeah.
It was. I was working, and I was listening to our. I think episode. It was episode 11, season.
Oh something. Yeah. It was episode 11.
The Man to Man with Martin.
2, actually.
Yeah, season 2, episode
2.
11.
Yeah.
It's still like our highest grossing, highest most played.
Yeah, I think
episode.
So. Yeah.
But like, I remember listening to Martin. Martin was on this whole thing of frequency.
Yeah.
Right, and I think I was sick at the time, or I couldn't do it because it was just you and Martin.
Oh yes, I remember that.
And I was like, maybe me not being there was the only way Martin was meant to say what he needed to say, because God knew that I was going to listen to this thing on this day and extract the information the way that I did to change the company tagline to what it is right now.
That's crazy actually.
Yeah, God has a weird way of working things, you know, and like I'm extremely grateful because like, bro, I mean, picture this. Sweat, gym stuff or whatever, goals, celebration, you just see athletes winning. And then, you know, winning is not only about, and I'm cooking this on the spot, by the way. Winning is not about, it's not about the trophies, it's not about the medal, but it's about the progress.
It's about progression.
Yeah, but it's about progression. you know. And then here at the Progressive Athlete, that's what we're all about. And
That's
then
crazy.
And then at the end, you know, it just goes, and then you have like a door close.
Yeah.
And then just the logo, pop, and then Progressive Athlete, and then progression over everything. Yeah.
That's actually cool because I was at the How Trade station when I was coming back.
Yeah.
And I saw there was like an APSA.
Yeah, the APSA ones.
The APSA ones, they were really cool. And I was thinking, now that you just said that, I can imagine like on that, like the long thing, and it has like the logo and maybe like some sort of photo of an athlete or something. And then it says there, winning is about progression. Oh, man.
Yeah. Man, that's our marketing campaign right there. You
Oh
guys
my
stay
gosh.
tuned. You guys stay tuned. We gotta milk that.
We're taking notes right now.
We're taking notes right
Oh,
now.
my word.
Oh, good Lord, man. But you know, I think if there's one thing that I've really taken away from this whole journey so far is that you will see stress in the weirdest way. I've gone through so much stress, still going through it.
Yeah.
But it's not like, oh my gosh, what's happening? What's happening? It's just there's a lot going on. And you still ask yourself, what on earth is happening?
Yeah.
And then you figure out what's happening. Cool. But what is going on around you is crazy. You know, when I announced the business, I only made my first sale 8 months later. Crazy, right? I mean, today we announced clothing. We haven't gotten any pre-orders.
Yeah.
Right? But I knew this time, because the first time I was a bit down. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, all these guys are saying, well done, shout out. And it got to a point where I resented likes. I don't like people who like my photo. Man, like our stuff, please. It helps the algorithm.
Yeah.
But if I can be vulnerable, and you know, the thing about business is that not every like turns into a sale. You know what I'm saying? And I want to clear that out for anyone that's doing business online. Yeah, people can like the photo or the video or the reel about your product. You can have 1,000 things, you can go viral. But that doesn't mean that 1,000 people is going to times whatever that product costs.
Yeah.
That's the unfortunate thing. Right? So, and I mean, if you're a big brand, then yeah, out of the 3,000 people or out of the millions of people that like the photo, maybe 10% of that actually going by.
Yeah.
You know, but you're playing it at a big level. But it got to a point where I used to resent likes because I'm like, if you like it, why aren't you buying it, bro?
Hey.
You know, but then at that point in time, I didn't have a great understanding, or the understanding that I have right now of marketing, sales, and
how that
works. and how that works and everything. But it can really get frustrating. And to anyone that wants to launch a business, launch a product, start a job, or whatever it may be, there's Jimmy always says this, like teething.
Is it teething issues?
Yes, teething issues.
Yeah.
You know, like, and then it's based off the concept, you know, when you're a baby,
and the teeth start growing, and
yeah,
then it's
and
all like
painful, and like blood and all of that when you brush your teeth or whatever. So same thing, right? And it's really been, you know, I'm extremely grateful for the support that I've received. Firstly, from my mom and dad. I would not be able to. There would be no Progressive Athlete without my family, without mom and dad,
Amen to that.
and without my friends. I remember messaging Snare.
Oh yes.
And I was like, dude, bro, let's shoot this advert, bro. Like, and we did it. Shout out Snare, bro. You know, and
I really like that ad.
and recorded two, because there was one for the fitness.
Oh yeah.
And then there was one for but this was like a bit later into the year, right? I'd say about 2-3 months in, and I was like, dude, bro, I got this thing. Just trust me, bro. Like, yeah, like,
trust me.
Like, I have an idea. It may not be like professional, but we gonna make it work.
I had an idea.
Yeah,
there was an idea.
There was an idea.
Stark knows this.
Yeah,
to bring a group of people.
Man, you know, and I was extremely grateful for Snake, because like, unfortunately, I can't split myself into many people. I think that's one superpower I would want to have. Like, if there's one Ben 10 alien, I'd want to have its Echo.
Echo.
Yeah, Echo, because
can split himself
into many.
Ditto as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and like, I can't do that, So I was like, bro, let me find someone who's good enough to do what I need the subject to do. And then I'll just capture the moment.
Yeah.
And it was even, and I was thinking about it today and I was like, I forget I can do many things. Like, bro, I shot the thing. I was the cinematographer. I was the director. I was the editor, the sound person, right? I was even the music person. I even rapped on one of those things.
Oh yeah, I remember one of those. Yeah, I remember.
Take him no, something like that, bro.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, take him and give it to a I think that was the.
I think was it Nick, the one who made the instrumental for you?
No.
That one you made yourself, or
no,
did you find
that one
it?
I found it on YouTube.
You found it. Oh
yeah.
Yes.
Nick made another one later on in the year
for something else.
Yeah, and I was like, bro, like I need a beat. Can you send me something?
Yeah.
And he sent me that one, and we still use it in bits of our content.
It's the one that you use for the game plan of the week. Is it game plan of the week? Yeah,
it is.
Yes.
So, and then there's another one that we made as well in 2021.
Oh, okay.
When I came here to start uni and everything. But it's things like that it all started with 3,500 Rand and now we're here. Like, how that makes any sense? Yeah,
it's beyond me.
And we're now streaming in 44 countries. We're now streaming in Ivory Coast, which is our sixth country.
Yes, AFCON winners, baby.
Yeah,
come on.
Yeah, which is our sixth country in Africa and our 44th country in the world. Bear in mind, there's 192 countries in the world. Yeah, and we're streaming in 44 of those, which is great.
Almost 20%?
Yeah, almost 20%.
25, sorry. Roughly. Almost 25%.
Yeah. Y'all do the math, let us know in the comments.
Yes.
Right? But I haven't got a 5-star rating on Spotify, which is crazy.
Yeah. Been getting a lot of comments just like about the content as well. Like, just saying like, hey, like what you guys are doing. Yeah.
Yeah, like I remember when this was, I think, last week's episode or the week before. I was about to record my part, and then I saw a message. I started recording. Then I saw a DM come through from someone, I think in India or something. Say, hey, I really like the content, man. It's been helping me. Like, please keep pushing.
Yeah.
I literally stopped and I like re-recorded because like I got so much more. Like I was like, what? I'm gonna do it for that guy.
I'm gonna do it for that guy.
And that's why we do it, man. Like if we're looking at the podcast now, I remember I don't know if I'd called Doomy or if I'd sent you a document, right? And I don't know how I pitched the idea to Edmilson, but I'm gonna look for it now because I still have our chats from that time.
Oh, okay, good.
Which is crazy. Shout out WhatsApp. Shout out Zuck, man. I definitely know you're listening. So
WhatsApp is. Oh, I see what you just did there. He cooked. He cooked. Just for that, you should sponsor us, Zuck.
Yeah.
Honest, no, you cooked there.
We need a meta sponsorship.
That was very you had to read between the lines. That was very meta. That was a very meta joke.
Yeah.
Kinda. Yeah.
Intercontextuality. Yes, sir. But I don't know if I was but do me, bro. When I pitched the idea to you, bro, what was going through your mind?
I'm trying to remember. I don't actually remember if it was on a call. I think it might have been on a call. We didn't have that many calls when when I was in Canada, to be fair. But it might have been on a call. Like I don't know why, but I can't imagine, and I could be 100% wrong here, but I can't imagine you like saying it over a voice note, then me listening to it, then responding. I don't know why, but I feel like it was on a call, but I could be wrong. But yeah, podcast. The reasoning behind that was that, we're already sending 40-minute voice notes to each other at that point. And, we...
Oh, I found it.
Oh, is it a voice note?
No.
Oh, it's a call?
No, it's so on the 14th of December 2021.
Okay.
Doomy sends me something about Chelsea.
Oh, right.
Yeah, something funny. And I was like, at 11:14 on the 14th of December, 2021. I sent Dumi this exact message.
Oh, okay.
Good morning, bro. You've got something waiting for you in your email inbox.
Huh.
And he's like, yes, good sir.
Email. Wow,
Yeah.
that's unexpected.
Email. And then yeah, and then I say, good day, Edmilson. We hope this email finds you well.
Oh yes.
I'm saying we, but it was just me. But and then I said, this is formal communication that you're now on board as the host for the Progressive Podcast. We believe there'll be communication between yourself and Mr. Chitambira with regards to the opportunity. We are more than delighted to have you on board for this new venture. We believe this platform will help us diversify our content and help us integrate the podcast culture in the Southern African region, then further branch out to the rest of the African region. To get started, we've attached the first draft of the podcast invitation. This is a formal document.
Yeah, I
Right.
remember. Oh, that was so cool actually, because it was like, it wasn't a call, it wasn't a voice note, it was an official email.
But there is a voice note here.
Are you playing it?
I've just been to sort out some things.
Oh
I'm on my
man.
laptop right now. But yeah, I've received the email and everything. No worries, man. Hopefully you guys can sort out the Wi-Fi and stuff like that. Did you say Wi-Fi? Yeah. So no worries. I have to put you here with my dad.
Yeah, no, that's not what I was.
Oh, it's a different one.
It's not the one I was that I thought I'd expected.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that I had sent. But then from there we cooked.
Yeah, I remember I remember we recorded 3 episodes before the year went out. So the first 3 episodes of the podcast, they were ready to go by the end of December. They were ready to go. Yeah. And then we recorded. Obviously we were like, okay, so we're trying to help people, self-improvement, because we're trying to align with the progressive athlete. So we spoke about a few topics that pertain to self-improvement, productivity, morning routine, consistency, things like that. And then we got to a natural end of those basic topics.
Yeah.
And then we're like, you know what? Maybe we should do like interviews. And we start with Eduardo, right? Because we're like, I remember, Mietani, you said specifically we wanted to interview people that we think are doing cool and interesting things.
Yeah.
That's all we said. And so Eduardo was the first person, because I went like through a list of
people within our own networks and stuff.
And then I just put I just made a list of people, and Eduardo, for me, she was at the top of that list. And so we came to a natural end, and we started with the interview thing, and we're like, you know what, we'll just call that first block of 8 episodes, we'll actually just call that season 1.
Yeah.
And then the interview season, just call it season 2. And that's when we decided, each season must have around 8 episodes, or it must last 2 months, basically. That's how we went. And then we're like, in terms of numbering, we will just number from 1 to whatever number we go to. And then the season will just block out the theme, but we won't do like season 2, episode 1, we'll just do season 2, but continuing episode 10, 11, 12, 13, season 8, episode 75, 76, so on and so forth. It was at the time, it was a bit strange for me, because I was used to like seeing when you have seasons, you block out the season, and then season 2 it's episode 1, season 3 it's episode 1, 2, 3. But otherwise it was we kind of went like that. It was, and I remember at the time, we've spoken about this a bit, but I remember at the time thinking, oh man, we've gone through these basic like self-improvement topics.
Yeah.
What else are we gonna do? Like, we're done now.
We're done now, bro. But we've been cooking.
Oh my word! 11 seasons later.
11 seasons
44
later.
countries. I mean,
bruh.
Mountains and mountains of topics and ebooks and
bruh.
oh man,
we've gone through it all, bro.
Oh wow, and just man, so many interviews as well.
Yeah.
So many interviews as well. Wow, and it's just. Oh wow! Nah, it's been a great. It's been an awesome journey.
It's been an awesome journey, and here's what episode 1 looked like. I'm getting it out now.
Are these like notes?
Yeah, this is what you took. The notes.
Oh, actually, I think I also have this actually.
Yeah, so we said episode 1, welcome, intro / icebreaker. The main goal was to talk about topics to help people progress in their lives. introduce yourselves. Example, my name is Bob Dylan and I'm your co-host for the Progressive Podcast. Feel free to add your spice. Talk about the following topics about yourself. What do you enjoy doing? Name like top three topics top 3 tips to have a better life. If you could go back to any moment in your life to relive that moment, which moment could it be? Then there was the quote of the week, which will be today's quote of the week. And then we'll unpack the quote of the week and round up the session. Have your 3 points from the discussion of the quote. Close up the session and on to the next one. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's so crazy.
Oh, yeah. You know, another interesting aspect, now that we're speaking about this, another interesting aspect of the podcast is kind of the journey we've gone in terms of how we structure the podcast. Yeah, like we've probably had maybe 2 or 3 different, maybe 4 even different ways in which we've tackled the podcast. Because in the beginning, it was kind of like we had a topic, we would define the topic, say why the topic is important, and then give 3 tips as to why, you know, what you should do. Right? That's kind of how we started. And then as time, obviously, we had the interview seasons. Eventually, we started having quotes, right, in the episodes. And there were some very research heavy episodes as well. Very research heavy because I remember when we did was it talking about
the community stuff,
finance?
We did a whole bunch. We did the whole thing.
Finance. And so it just we've kind of gone through so many iterations. Sometimes for whatever reason, I will be looking at like a certain block of episodes and I'm like, bro, I won't lie, I genuinely don't remember. We've done so much that I don't remember exactly what we were doing here. And I'll listen in and I'm like, oh wow, like
that's very interesting.
We actually spoke of that's so interesting. I remember there's a section, I think it might have been I don't know if it was I think it was the podcast anniversary or something like that. Or like year 1 or year 2. And we had, I don't know if it was a bunch of episodes or just one episode where we went through each country that we're streaming in. Interesting fact about the country.
Oh,
and then
yes.
Like, bro,
I forgot about that. That is so crazy.
So cool, bro.
That is so crazy. We need to do that again.
Spoke about Belgium. I think you spoke about Lukaku.
Lukaku, Hazard, and the chocolate.
Yeah, bro. No, like we look at the stuff and I'm like, oh, wow. Like, it's so cool. Like, I remember there was some interesting fact about Spain as well, about like the oldest, something very old in Spain.
I think they have like the oldest library or something in the world.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, there was a
bunch of like, I don't know.
Yeah, I think they have like the oldest library in the world.
Yeah, no. So just like interesting things, that we've done. There's been a lot. Honestly, man, we have just done so much. There's just so much. Yeah.
And like, you know, it was a thing where we just did, but we're just going, bro. Like we're just doing it, bro.
Yeah. No, we really were.
Like we were just like just doing this thing.
Yeah.
Because we just knew that one day this thing is gonna blow up.
Yeah.
Somewhere, somehow, and people are gonna tune in. I remember saying to me, I was like, bro, I don't know who's gonna listen. Right? But if we can help one person,
then
you know, tune into this podcast, right? Then we've done a lot, man. And you know, it's so refreshing, so encouraging. Yeah, that's the word. Yeah. When you tell someone like, yo, we're about to do 100 episodes. Like, oh. Because, you know, usually people are like, no, I'm doing this podcast thing, you know, like people think that you're doing some small thing. Nah, we're doing serious business, bro.
Nah, we've been doing
serious business.
A minute now.
Yeah. I had a meeting earlier today and I was telling the guy, I was like, yeah, dude, listen, I'm good. You know, it's my company's birthday today. We on our podcast, you know.
Yeah.
He was asking me, and then when we got to the podcast part, I was like, we got a podcast. Oh, okay, that's cool. I was like, yeah, I was streaming in 43, because this was earlier.
Earlier in the day.
Yeah, and I was like, we're streaming in 43 countries. Like, oh. And he's like, yeah, and we are 6 episodes away from 100. And I was like, oh, you know, like, dude, like, crazy. Man was on some, like, oh, crazy. And I'm not saying he was undermining what we were doing.
Yeah.
It's just that, you know, especially here in South Africa, people are like, oh, no, podcast this, you know, like everyone has a podcast. Right?
Yeah, though, to be fair, it's everyone, a lot of people have podcasts, but it's kind of like,
but not everyone gets to episode 91.
The distance, bro. Like, is it the test of time?
The test of time, exactly.
Yeah. And most people don't even get to 21 episodes, like we know, you know. So
we are a top 1% podcast.
Yeah, once you break that 21 like threshold, you're a top 1%.
Top 1% podcasters in history. of podcasts, not in the world, like 2024, in history, which is just crazy, man. And yeah, shout out to all the listeners, man. Like, to everyone that tunes in, you know, on a Monday, well, for most of the time it was on a Friday.
Oh yeah, that's another
But I
thing.
think making the switch to the Monday was good.
Yeah. And we landed on the 6th today, so that was pretty cool as well.
Yeah, you know.
But yeah, the switch to Monday, I think, yeah, it was the right
the best
call.
to switch
Yeah.
was not preparing for interviews.
Oh yeah, I won't lie. I've said this before. Oh man, that one was tough for me because it's like I need to like know what's going on.
Going on?
Sometimes there's a certain rawness that you only get when you are hearing certain information
for the first
in an
time.
Interview for the first time. Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's and honestly, as soon as we made that switch, wow, like I think we made it like 2 episodes into the first interview season.
Yeah.
Because we've had we've had like maybe 3 interview seasons, something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. So it's man.
I remember saying to Dewey, and Dewey was like, me, bro, I don't know, man.
Yeah, but switching the interview approach was a very good idea.
Yeah. And like, even the ones that we did, they weren't bad.
Yeah, to be
They
fair.
weren't entirely bad.
Yeah.
But we just got more authentic reactions once we switched it up.
Yeah.
You know, like, imagine hearing for the first time that, oh, this person did this, that, and like, okay, cool. You know, and then and that's what happens. So
yeah. And actually, you know, it's just speaking about those interview episodes, it just reminded me of something. This was last year. I think last year we began to, or at the beginning of this year, but we began to work on just kind of how we're gonna tackle workshops and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And so that made me go listen to our maybe like top 20 episodes, something like that. And I came across the interview with Kamo. Teledi, right?
Teledi, yeah.
Bro, oh my word, that interview was insane. Like, I was like, we went this deep, bro. Oh my word, like, it just was just so raw. Like, and I was like, oh, like, I felt it from the heart, like the things that Kamo was saying and the way, like, we were just like, hey, it was just like, shout out Kamo. Like, it just made me realize, like, wow, like, that switch, it was so key, man.
Man, and
so key, man, honestly.
Man, I low-key feel bad, but like,
yeah.
You know, Kamo was so crucial to this brand as well.
Oh, yes.
Very crucial.
Yeah.
Like, I had no idea how to work social media. I think at that time, in 2020, I'd been sitting on 800 followers for the last 2-3 years.
Yeah.
And then Kamo just opened my mind on social media, business, e-commerce. And like, shout out to him, man. Like, shout out to him. We'll find a way. Because I know he's not in like Gauteng.
Oh, yeah.
I think we'll find a way to get him back on, you know?
Yeah, I think it would be very good to get. I think a lot of stuff has happened on our side and on his side as well. Yeah.
You know, so we can have a refined conversation. But, you know, people like him were just very, very pivotal.
Yeah.
Especially from the branding. Like, most of the content at that time in the 2020 was because of him.
Yeah.
He was like, bro, try this.
Yeah.
And I tried it, but the brother didn't comb his hair, damn it. Right?
And it's crazy because, like, you say, especially the branding, because that's probably the strongest aspect, at least from an outside perspective. Someone looking in, that is the strongest aspect for them. Like, the brand. And so the fact that he just played such a pivotal role, wow. Like,
yeah, like, bro, like, we even got... I even went on national TV in Swaziland. You know,
yes, that's part of it's
the there
video
in the announcement video. You know, and like the guy was, you know, man was cooking something.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
It's like with the emblem, and it's we see going like what are you trying to achieve with that? Yeah, with the stairs. What are you trying to achieve with that emblem? And I'll remember I watched that video.
Yeah, and
I was like, man, I thought I was prepared. Looking back at it right now. I could have. Oh, you can obviously do better.
Yeah.
But I was like, I could see that, bro. I was just speaking from the heart and the mind, bro. Like, I was speaking from the heart. Like, there was no script. Bro.
It wasn't preparation. No notes.
No notes. No nothing. Like, bro.
Like, off the dome.
Bro. It was like national TV, you know.
Yeah, man.
It'd be interesting to see if they can, if we can set that up because we my mom's company, we set up we had a meeting with with the commissioning editor for the national TV.
Yeah.
They've really ramped it up. Like Eswatini TV is different. I know they got a new CEO.
Yeah.
But like they just needed assistance on strategy and all of that stuff. So we helped them there, and it actually looks a lot better now, man. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
But you know what? Let's go to the quote of the week. All right.
Actually, before we do that, I just want to ask.
While I get this out, yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, while you get out the quote of the week, there's one more thing that I just wanted to ask about, and it's, I don't really know, what's happened with that. I don't know. I don't even know if you're allowed to speak about it. But like, I remember, man, this must have been probably around 2021. Actually, to be fair, maybe 2022. But when you were thinking of creating like a company called the Athletic Group.
Oh yes.
When then
I can definitely answer
the Progressive Athlete was gonna be one of the companies under the Athletic Group, and then there was like an idea that you had, but then you kind of shelved it for the time being because things weren't quite there, and maybe they're not even quite there right now. But it's probably something that maybe it will manifest itself, maybe not in the way you initially envisioned it, because I remember you even made the social media for it as well. Like it was something was coming. It's still coming, potentially something's cooking, but
so essentially what I thought, right, and this was the sad thing, I hadn't come across Vusi Temikwa's content like that. But even Vusi doesn't is not extensive. Just there's not enough content, there's not enough business people that share what it takes to, like, these business semantics the way the Americans do it. So a lot of content that I got was just from the Americans. So if you look at the guy who owns Louis Vuitton, like the luxury brands, so I think he's like the third richest man in the world or something right now. So you have a holding company, and then you have companies under those things. So like you have Meta owns Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp. Yeah. Right? And a couple of other companies. Even with Google, it's owned by Alphabet. So I thought that structure would work here. It can. I'll just need to figure that out with the lawyer.
Oh, yes.
Right?
Yes,
because Take a Lot, Superbalist, Mr. D, all owned by Napsys. Right?
So it can work.
So it can work. Yeah. But at what point would that be the thing?
Feasible.
Would it be feasible? Right? So what I came to find out was I registered that entity, and then I realized I was told, right, by my aunt, who we also interviewed. Shout out Constance Kawalenga.
Yes.
If you need financial services, please do check out Zua Financial Services. They're
actually
great.
Came across their content on LinkedIn recently. I don't know if it was your cousin who reposted or Tal, right?
Tal.
I think he reposted. Yeah, so it was actually, I was like, oh wow, I've interviewed this woman. I've never seen her face before, but I've actually interviewed this woman.
We've had her on, and she told me that in South Africa, how it works is that the name that you're trading as is the same name that needs to be on the documents, on the registration documents.
Oh, yeah.
So if you want to trade as a progressive athlete, you need to register the progressive athlete.
Yeah.
So now I'm sitting here with two entities, and I'll see how that goes, and if it means, because there's a couple of other ventures I want to go into, if it means changing my memorandum of the company's thing to allow us to do more services, then I'd rather do that. Right, but that idea is still there. It's just now seeing how would that now work within the context of the South African tax laws and everything. But the idea was to have the athletic group, right, and you just have separate businesses. The progressive athlete works specifically with athletes. Then you have like a fitness thing. Then you go like into hardware, or you're going like to gyms and everything. So essentially that was like the big picture, big picture. But don't worry, we're still cooking.
It takes time to build this stuff, guys.
Like anything good in life, your best meals are not prepared on the day.
Oof. Wow. Okay. Wow.
Crazy.
Wow.
But anyways, let's get into the quote of the week.
Quote of the week, guys.
So 91 episodes ago.
Yes.
91 episodes ago, this was our quote of the week. And it's by Paulo Coelho. All right. And Paulo says, never allow waiting to become a habit. Live your dreams and take risks. Life is happening now.
Wow.
This is crazy. Considering it's our anniversary, this is crazy.
Wow. That's an appropriate quote, man.
Appropriate quote, man. Timeless, man. Shout out Paulo. But
Paulo Coelho.
But yeah, guys, this was great. I know this might seem like I'm not living in the moment, but I can't wait for the 5th anniversary because yeah.
5 is a nice number, guys.
5 is a nice number. We
yeah, guys, there's a lot from here,
Here
till
on
the
out.
next 6th of May.
6th of May.
My word.
Oh,
it's
my
actually about
days.
to be filthy.
we
now.
about to cook, man.
Yeah.
I mean,
if you thought this was cooking,
the best is still yet to come.
yeah.
Yeah, the best is yet to come.
Yeah.
But I think Doom and I are just gonna park it here. Episode 92 will come out tomorrow.
Yes.
Or sometime this week.
Yeah. We promised 2 episodes, but guys, it's
Things happened.
things happened.
Unfortunately, some unforeseen circumstances.
Yeah.
But we'll dish out an episode. Maybe we might do it Tuesday, Thursday. We'll see how it goes. But
Yeah,
we'll
we'll see
definitely
how it
keep you
goes.
guys posted. Check out our stories and go get a Progressive Podcast hoodie.
Yes.
It costs 445 Rand, and then you pick your delivery option. All right, we're doing pre-orders right now, so it's gonna take 2 to 3 weeks because you know what? It's a pre-order. All right, and then before we start rolling things out normally. And yeah, guys, this is great. It's been a great 4 years, and from here on out, it's tea time.
Yeah. To
Tea time.
like,
Tea time.
share, subscribe.
Yeah, cool. All right, we'll see you guys in the next episode.